If all I can think about is aespa crying about sustainability and planting trees because of Isuman, then I think SM really messed up this time. Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina, and today we're checking out aespa's pre-release title track. No, that doesn't make any sense. Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina, and today we are checking out aespa's pre-release track, Welcome to My World, from their upcoming third mini album titled My World. The My World teasers have essentially centered around this idea of spotting strange phenomena, such as cars bouncing around on the streets or muffins glitching at a cafe. They even tweeted out their website yesterday, aespa.com, so I thought we could check it out. I tried it on my browser, and it seems like it's a photo software of some sort, so let's do it on the phone. Some features may not be supported depending on your browser. Okay, so touch. Shuffle? Capture? What? Download? What? Do you want to download? Not really. I don't know. The camera. Here we go. Yes, let's allow. Stop it. How cute. Is that it? Oh my god. I love this. Oh my god. Anywhere you touch, essentially. Anywhere you touch, there's going to be an enemy. The bouncing cars. This is so much fun. Gummy bears, balloons, stars, people walking. I love this. This is really fun, actually. That's actually really fun. I've always mentioned how much I love the fact that aespa mix these kind of animated elements into real life. Naevis? Gotta keep an eye out for Naevis because she's apparently featured in the music video yet. We'll get to that. I've always mentioned how I love the fact that aespa mix these animated elements into real life, you know, especially with their teasers. They feature digital fashion in some of their teasers, and I think it's just so cool. But back to Naevis, actually. So when I found out she was featured literally within the title featuring Naevis, yes, our Lord and Savior herself, Naevis, I thought it could be really messy territory to play around with, right? Like, how exactly are we going to be introducing Naevis into this? Is she going to be a fifth voice? Is this kind of like a fifth member adjacent type thing? Because I'm not sure aespa stands. You know, I don't want to speak for everyone, but it just feels a little messy, right? Especially considering the fact there's already so much praise for Naevis in a lot of aespa lyrics to begin with that a lot of people are already iffy with. So I was curious to see how the feature would pan out. Otherwise, the tracklist for this album includes the songs Spicy, Salty and Sweet, Thirsty, I'm Unhappy, and Till We Meet Again, with the first three fitting a theme, which I'm excited about. I know a couple of them were kind of leaked during the whole Hybe versus SM thing, where it was also exposed that Isuman wanted to add lyrics about planting trees to aespa's title track. Or maybe it was the pre-release, actually. Maybe this is the song Isuman wanted to talk about planting trees in. Thusly, I will be keeping my eyes peeled for any arboreal themes. Which, on that note, before we dissect the song, let's look at the music video. We start off with the silhouette of Naevis herself in a forest as we see the aespa members walking through with a flashlight under the gauzy veil, in the fog, all alone. We then cut to them in an apartment where they seem carefree and are having fun. But as they walk outside, Winter stops in her tracks as she sees something weird in the sky. An anomaly of sorts. As if they are being drawn somewhere, they all get into a car and go on a road trip. They eat some Funyuns on the way to their destination, but this time, as they all get out of the car, Ning Ning is the one who stops and sees something weird in the sky. From here, we get to see some flashbacks, scenes we've already seen before, but this time the anomaly is more present. We see this anomaly in Karina's phone, we see it reflected in Winter's eyes. And as we revisit these scenes that we've seen before, we also see this drawing that Giselle made, which features a forest filled with floating white dots, which is exactly the scene that we cut to, as they explore this dark forest while being able to finally see those anomalies up close alongside these weird floating white dots. And we finally come face to face with Naevis. Naevis. Have I been saying Naevis this whole time? My Naevis, we love you. It's Naevis. So I suppose this could be kind of like a prequel, right, to everything we've seen so far in the aespa universe, because, you know, frankly, because frankly, we've seen Naevis in their music videos before, right? And she's had a lot more screen time. So it's really curious to see her name in the title as featuring Naevis this time. So is this technically a storyline? I have no doubt that this adds to an overall storyline. But within the music video itself, I could see if we stretched it really thin, there is also a storyline in this music video. Oh my God. I think we can make this work, okay? Listen, the members are experiencing strange phenomena such as anomalies in the sky and are being drawn to a specific forest by these forces, with even Giselle having some sort of vision of this place beforehand, hence we can see it in her drawing. In the end, it was actually Naevis bringing them there. That's about it. You know, it's something, right? I'll take it. But yeah, I was totally expecting Naevis to start singing or something, hence the reason she's actually featured in this music video, because like I said, she's been featured in other music videos up until this point with more screen time at that. So in the sense that this is a prequel and this is the first time they ever meet Naevis, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm really not remembering the lore at this point. Maybe we'll find out more about why this decision was made when we get the title track next week. Otherwise, I was honestly disappointed. Like, you said featuring Naevis and we saw her for 2 seconds. Respectfully. But back to the music video, it really did give me some TXT vibes. If there are any MOAs watching right now, let me know what you think about that. It's just like a brief memory that I have of some TXT music videos of them, you know, doing some forest exploration with flashlights perhaps. And I'm not sure if I even remember having white dots. I remember the music video for Runaway, and possibly in one version of Love Song, I'm sure they're riding around in a car, which obviously isn't exclusive to TXT. I'm just telling you things that made me remember them. I mean, I know you guys are gonna cry in the comments at these similarities. Stranger Things also had weird dots flying in the air. You know what? So did 21's Missing You, but you don't see me bringing them up, do you? Oh, we might as well at this point. Run away, run away, run away with me. Let's just see. Skip. I just want to see the forest part. So by this point, they jump into the pool and end up in a magical universe, which is itself a forest, and we see these dots floating around. Similarly, in aespa's music video, it becomes nighttime. They're walking around in a forest with these floating dots. And of course, in 21 Missing You, they're not in a forest, but there's dots floating around. I keep messing that up. Though, you might call these dots snow. Anyways. Let's move on to the song. So Simply describes this as an alternative pop song with dreamy guitar riffs and magnificent orchestration in the second half. Now, I did say I'd keep my eyes peeled for any mentions of forestation or planting of trees or anything of the sort. So let's take a look into the lyrics of this. aespa my world, lyrics in a world of your imagination. So of course we have da 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 dee da 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 da. Very touching. Under the gauzy veil, in the fog all alone, blocked by a borderline, lifts away bit by bit, again endlessly walk away. Trapped inside the maze, sweet escape and break away. Here's the invitation, come to me. So I think this really touches into the whole being drawn into Naevis. So Naevis is this force, this AI type of force, drawing these girls to her, blocked by a borderline because they're literally not even living in the same world, right? But it's lifting away bit by bit. The difference between the real world and this AI world is becoming so small. And this actually ties back to their earlier releases. I remember specifically this scene of Giselle in a classroom, and then suddenly her phone is overtaken by the Black Mamba. The real world, the world that they're currently living in, bit by bit is getting taken over by this AI world. Trapped inside the maze, maybe this is a reference to everyday mundane life. Sweet escape and break away, here's the invitation, come to me. So maybe there's something better in this other world. Then the chorus, hey baby, welcome to my world, beyond where feet fear to tread. It's a new world, you and me face to face in different languages. Your truth remains the same. Again, am I the only one getting religious vibes? Your truth remains the same. Again, feels like we are one. Welcome to my world. So then we have the second verse. Wherever you tread, flowers bloom in your wake. This world created by the two of us, gently grows, oh, with those looks that cradle each other. In the moment our hands clasp, the moment two different worlds make perfect contact. Then we get back to the chorus, welcome to my world, and then the bridge. This city's so pretty when your lights on. The city's so pretty when your lights on. You want to come get it ready. This part maybe is a little random. It just sounds all right. Then we have the chorus again, but these lyrics are different. So, hey baby, welcome to my world. Only we own the city. It's the real world. Here we go, you and me. When our different colors paint the same dream. A voice rings out clear, awakening a new world. Welcome to my world. Then, of course, some classic da 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 da. So those are the lyrics to the song. But how do we feel about this song? I asked you guys on my community tab. We'll look at that later. How I feel personally is that this feels a little bit like an intro song. Like it could have been a 1.5-minute intro song. But in a sense, I'm also glad that it's not, because I do think it can stand alone as a very chill song. I don't think I would personally gravitate towards it and want to stream the crap out of it, but I do think it has its own purpose. We totally forgot there's no planting trees. So the only trees were really in the music video, though they had already been long planted beforehand. So I guess Isuman didn't get his little fingers on these lyrics. But otherwise, yeah, it's a nice song. I think it's really easy to listen to. I was actually really reminded of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Gene Wilder song, In a World of Your Imagination. I don't know why it reminds me of fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Lastly, I did want to say that I think the title is pretty clever. Welcome to my world. My, literally their fandom name. But yeah, vocals are absolutely stunning, beautiful, majestic, all of the above. I just don't think it's a song that I would listen to. I do find that pre-chorus very interesting, so I might listen to it just for that. So that's all I have to say about the song. Now let's see what you guys have to say. Come with me. I don't know why, but the whole song sounds ominous, like something is happening. The girls just don't know it yet, or at least they don't understand it yet. I think that's definitely the vibe. What's up with all groups getting rid of their concepts? Nothing I'd expect from aespa. I still like it though. It's not the title track after all, hopefully. No, definitely not the title track. It's a this is the one where I feel like pre-release is very true to its name in the sense that I don't know how to explain it. Like a pre-release should be able to stand on its own, right? If you think of Pink Venom versus Shutdown, or even How You Like That versus Lovesick Girls. Though I think Lovesick Girls would have made it better. I don't know. Some people think a pre-release can stand on its own, and some people think a pre-release is really just a not good song that teases you for a better song. So I don't know anymore. Oh, this is so important. Y'all remember when it came out in the news that aespa had cried because Isuman wanted them to sing a song about planting trees and sustainability. That's all I could think when watching the music video. Like there were literally so many nature and tree shots. Yes, SM's messy ass fights with Isuman and everything. The fact that SM as a company was releasing all this personal business information. Perfect example, aespa crying because Isuman wanted to talk about planting trees in their song. That's just messy. And if you don't want another company to buy your stocks, being messy is probably really good. But then when that company backs out of buying your stocks, your own company is left with the mess you've just made. And we're left with an aespa comeback where all we can think about is them crying about planting trees and sustainability. So I think SM really messed up there. Like, sure, hype didn't buy you, but at what cost? If this wasn't a song Isuman had in mind about protecting the environment, I don't know what it is. LOL. It's a very calming song. aespa's vocals are just chef's kiss. Can't wait to hear the rest of the album. This is the one that I saw that I thought was really interesting. So it's giving a very nuanced 90s vibe from Welcome to My World. I definitely think it establishes well as an opener, and everything in the production feels dreamy and full. However, I am scared that this album is going to be incohesive because I predict Spicy as the title track to not have the hyperpop personality to it. However, in their B-sides, they will at least have a track that is hyperpop. Also because they closed off the hyperpop approach to their music during the girls era because the girls defeat the Black Mamba, I think that their musical direction in Soundscape is going to completely change and there will be a loss in narrative musically. Conceptually, it makes sense. However, I am scared that aespa is going from experimentalism, hyperpop, and sci-fi Y2K into 90s and safe B-sides, including derogatory acoustic ballads. I feel like the musical direction is not a refined version of hyperpop as it's completely different. I personally like cohesion and refinement of concepts from their debut era. However, I agree that it's extremely difficult to maintain a sound and concept without blending into one another when it requires a lot of talent to pull off this type of musical identity. This is definitely a conversation to be had because when it comes to groups like Blackpink, let's say, their concept is set in stone, right? And consequently, everybody thinks that all Blackpink title tracks sound the same, which to an extent is true. But also, if you're someone who likes that, then you like that. And it's very, very probable that if they release another title track that you're going to like it. Then we have groups like Twice, ITZY, and NMIXX, where JYP is messing around with the concept and changing it on us. And the fans, I feel like, are trying really hard to keep up with these changes and concepts, but ultimately feel disappointed in the end. How do you make the perfect balance? Growing musically while also staying true to the original sound that everyone loves you for. I mean, that's exactly what I love about aespa. I actually, as someone who's constantly being accused of being an SM anti, love their sound. I don't know, Black Mamba definitely felt SM adjacent. Like, yes, you have those SM vibes, but it's adjacent to SM in the sense that there's not those stereotypical SM tropes that I tend to get sick of quite quickly. So I think that's super interesting. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this comment, where you think they're going to go musically, because I think we're seeing the start of 5th gen and it's quite simple. It's back to basic. We're seeing a lot more groups with their natural hair colors. We're seeing a lot more 90s inspired songs. So it wouldn't surprise me a couple of years from now we see everybody kind of doing this new jeans concept and music. It sounded like an intro that did not need to be long. For me, I love when groups have an intro song that's quick and simplistic, almost like a really good thesis statement. What I'm trying to say is that if this was a quick, short intro, it would have drawn me more. I do not honestly know what to feel from this. The melody was very angelic, but because it was too long for me, that angelicness started to fade away. Very interesting. I personally never ever listen to intro songs like for fun. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they randomly pop up and I'm like, this is useless. Definitely going to be a grower for me. Not my favorite aespa single, but I'm excited for what the full album will bring since the single itself is pretty promising. It's different from what aespa showed till now, but I really love it. It's not noise, experimental music. It's a great calming, mysterious, and magic-like music. Very simple. I will listen to it while studying, driving, or just free days lying down. It's a great intro for an album, and Ning vocals are just on top. I agree with that. She sounded amazing. I expected to hear more from Naevis, and it was like a teaser for her. She resembles Hatsune Miku, but with the voice, but I want to see where it will go next. aespa has an advantage of very interesting storyline that is always luring people no matter if the comeback has better or worse music. Naevis slayed. Naevis, fuck! So that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to leave down in the comments below what you think, and most importantly, what you think their sound is going to be like. Though I feel like I've heard some of their snippets being leaked anyways, so it might be right in front of us. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. You can join my channel members by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. You can also join my Patreon as well. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!